Maverick 100.9, Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss and how the tables have turned. I've got my friend Kyle Garrett on with me, which, how do we even explain this? Because technically you interviewed me first.
Yeah, I mean, I think our first meeting kind of sets the tone for our relationship, right?
That is very true.
That's a great name. Yeah.
I met Kyle at an awards show back in November where we picked up the award for Radio Station of the Year, which nominations are going on now. I do have to put that out there.
They are.
And I met Kyle and his partner in crime, Miss Helen, the host of the Texas Toast podcast. And Kyle, you are kind of the video, audio brains behind that operation, right?
Yeah. So she calls me Producer Kyle. So
Producer Kyle, that's it.
All the behind the scenes. Yeah. A little co-hosting, but yeah.
Yeah.
The technical stuff.
And of course, Miss Helen was generous enough to have me on that podcast, which was extraordinary. So big shout out to her and thank you for all the work you do on that and the work you do with independent artists. And then you throw a little surprise at me. You are an independent artist.
I am, yep. So I kind of around the same time we started that podcast, I decided that I kind of wanted to go back to the music that I grew up listening to. I had been playing in a rock band for almost a decade, touring and all that. And COVID kind of threw everybody for a loop. So I figured it was a good time to make a change and kind of get back to where I started, That's Kyle Garrett.
That's Kyle Garrett. No, I think that's wonderful. And yeah. I feel like I learn something new about you every time we talk. And I'm excited to continue getting to know you, including talking about this brand new single that we're debuting for everybody called Spotlight. I know this is kind of a big release for you.
Yeah, so it's, fresh project. So Spotlight is the one that I'm pushing really hard. I've put out one single before this, but we've got a lot of work going into this song and I'm really excited about it. I want it to be the song of the summer.
Hey, that's exactly what we need. That's exactly the mood we are in right now. So I assume that's what Spotlight is about. Tell me a little bit more about the single.
Yeah, so Spotlight's an interesting one. It's definitely kind of like a, dance floor, party honky tonk song. I had the idea for the song, actually. I was at a show in Houston. I was seeing Corey Kent and Colby Cooper.
My faves.
Yeah, totally. And I was, it's got to be relatable, but it's kind of corny in the same way. There was this one girl out on the dance floor and I just couldn't take my eyes off of her, and I just had to put that in a song. So that's kind of the brief story behind this song.
I wonder how many situations where are you the spotlight? Am I the spotlight? Is that
right.
It's so funny how whoever that spotlight person is that sticks out at those shows, they don't know it's them.
Oh, of course not. That's kind of, that kind of makes it fun,
Yeah, it's like a big secret. Well, I'm really excited to debut for the first time my friend Kyle Garrett and Spotlight on Maverick 100.9. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can find it on all downloading and streaming services. And today's interview continues now. Maverick 100.9, you just heard it here first. That was Kyle Garrett and Spotlight. Your very first debut here on Maverick 100.9. I'm so excited about it because you and I have struck up a little friendship these past few months, and I'm just really excited to see where this takes you, which you've still got more in the works just this week with a new video coming out to Spotlight.
Yep. So we shot it's kind of like a live music video for the song, but it's really fun. It kind of shows what my live shows are like. So really excited to get that one out. It'll be out on YouTube tomorrow, actually Thursday, this week. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And like you said, there's just so much other stuff kind of brewing behind the scenes. So I'm a busy guy these days.
You really are. So that also includes the debut of your new EP. Tell me about the EP.
Yeah, so these 3 songs that I've been I actually recorded these almost a year ago now. We kind of did them like DIY style at home. Set them off for mixing, but it was all recorded in my house, and it was meant to be almost like a booking demo type thing. And the feedback that I got from showing to people, I didn't really have an option to not release these songs. But yeah, getting back to the EP, it's called Working on You EP, and the title track Working on You is kind of more like a soft, happy piano love song. And so that one will be coming out with the EP on June 10th. So that's the next milestone.
Congratulations. That's so exciting. And you actually answered my follow-up question because you are such a technical guy when it comes to producing these records and stuff. I know how technologically advanced you are.
Yeah.
What was that process like? Was it always I need to do this myself because I'm Kyle? Like, is that how that goes?
That's a great question. So that's kind of how I always have been. You know, I graduated high school early, went to school for that actually to learn how to, you know, record music and make records in the studio. And I've done so many different roles within the music industry. And I feel like I'm kind of getting to a point with this now where it's like, yeah, I think I'm going to put this in more talented people's hands, you know, and see kind of what I can do differently. Cause I totally have always been that way. Like I needed to be in charge. And so with this new record that I'm making now, it's like, I am so much less involved with the actual twisting the knobs than I ever have been. And it's been like an awesome experience so far.
Good for you. And that's coming from another control freak type of human.
Yeah.
I've always had the mentality, if you want something done, you do it yourself kind of deal. And, but it's nice when you can find people that you can work independently with and they can see your vision, maybe even on a larger scale than what you can. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Totally.
Well, we got to write out the list here. Tomorrow, new video for Spotlight debuts. You can find Kyle Garrett on any type of streaming platform or, of course, YouTube for videos, audio content, and new EP dropping on June 10th. My friend, I am stoked for you. Anything else in the works that we need to keep our eyes open for?
Yeah, I guess just because I briefly mentioned it, I want to give a shout out to Tim Allen. He has an artist named Tim Lightyear, but he's producing my record. He's one of the founding members of Shane Smith and the Saints.
Yes.
And so, as well as Drew Herrickle, who plays keys for Cody Jinks, and one other guy, Dylan Welsh. The three of them are basically helping me bring this new record, which will be out in the fall. It's a batch of 6 songs. And I'm just like blown away every time I hear the songs. It's just something crazy. It's super different from these first 3. So it'll be maybe a little curveball, but I'm just like more excited for this than any music I've ever put out. So really looking forward to that.
I can see that on in your heart and on your face right now. So now I'm overly excited. So trust me, y'all, you're going to be following Kyle Garrett a lot more this year. Kyle, thank you so much for coming to debut the good stuff here on Maverick.
Absolutely. Great to see you, friend.